Traditional tools for removing buckthorn might include a chainsaw, a brush cutter, a pruner or a lopper, or even hand pulling of the smaller material. So starting with removing just the berry producing plants is a popular idea. That's getting those seeds out of the woods until you're able to tackle the project a little further. Beyond that, you might consider taking out larger material in the late fall or winter time and have a plan for follow-up control. Whichever method you use for cutting the buckthorn will depend on the size of the stem. But one consideration is what you're going to do after cutting, because if you just leave the stem as is, it's going to resprout. Buckthorn is a very vigorous grower, so it's going to resprout from the stump unless you treat it with an herbicide. And there's a couple different options that you can use there depending on the time of the year. If you choose not to use an herbicide, that's okay, but just know that it's going to resprout from the stem and you're going to need to continuously recut that stump or recut the regrowth. The high cut method is a method that does not require herbicide. That is where you would cut the stems at about chest height and then return later in the season and cut it again and cut it one more time later in the season, and that takes 2 to 3 years of follow-up before you exhaust the resources from the root of that plant. And that method is most effective done late spring, like late May or June or so.